We have a special guest joining us in this hour. His name is Larry Kay. He's the author of Life's a Bark, What Dogs Teach Us About Life and Love. It's a great book, and there's going to be some great conversation and quotes from this. We're going to give away a couple of books as well, so stay tuned. But that's Mr. Larry Kay. He's going to be joining us, the author of the book, Life's a Bark. Larry Kay believes that when we discover pets, we discover ourselves. He co-authored the award-winning Training the Best Dog Ever with Bo Obama's dog trainer, the late Don Sylvia Stavicic, or something like that. I'll let him tell that one. He also created and produced Animal Wow, which has become the most award-winning dog care and safety DVD for kids. His canine journalism credits include columnist and contributing editor for Dog Fancy magazine and reporting on the Westminster Dog Show for AOL. Now, Larry's best pet projects include editorial relationships in animal welfare endorsed by the AHA and Veterinarians American Animal Hospital Association. As a motivational speaker, Larry talks to audiences and mentors individuals with wisdom from Life's a Bark, inspiring people to pursue their life's missions and achieve peak performance. When his schedule permits, he also helps people train their dogs, always using reward-based positive training. Larry celebrates our human-animal bond by creating and producing world-class media projects, including a forthcoming dog-themed reality TV series. He has produced and written for Disney, The Muppets, and PBS. Larry's popular Facebook page shares daily inspiration, news, and entertainment with dog-loving fans. He invites you to share your canine life, love, and photos. You can visit Larry online, of course, at www.positivelywoof.com. We want to welcome on the Talkin Pets, Larry Kay, the author of Life's a Bark. Hey, Larry, how you doing?
I'm great, John. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you, and you got to correct me. I was totally off on Don Sylvia
Stavicic.
No wonder why I couldn't get it.
You know, through writing that award-winning book with Don, I really learned that the more we train our dogs and the more we shape them into our ways of living, the more we learn how to live a richer life. And we learn about the big things like love. And that's what inspired me to write Life's a Bark. So I really appreciate the opportunity to share this wisdom with your audience, John.
Well, I want to introduce you right off the bat to Dr. J here, Dr. Jared.
Hi, how are you?
Dr. J.
And, of course, Lexi, our producer over here.
Hello.
Hey, Lexi.
And I want to get right into the book. First of all, who's the publisher on the book?
Source Books. It's a great independent publisher out of the Chicago area. They had a bunch of bestsellers last year, and they're very excited about this book that just came out, and really pleased with how they've been helping to get the word out.
So I would imagine it's available on in bookstores and also available probably on Amazon and all?
Absolutely, yeah. Both, if you go to the website, positivelywoof.com, or to my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/positivelywoof, you'll get links to all the online booksellers. And if you do have an actual bookstore in your town, I invite you to go into the bookstore there to purchase it, or if they don't have it, to order it there.
You know, I like, it's really pretty awesome, actually, the way that you put this book together. First of all, who did the photography on it? Because I love the pictures in the book.
Well, thank you so much. I got a bunch of different photographers and licensed their photos, and it was really such a treat to go through and really pick just these great photos and to set them up so that they would, look really good and, inspire me, and I hope inspire others for a long time to come.
Now, I like the way you start off with, like, for instance, on page 12 of the book, you start off with this explanation. Well, the title is "I Always Miss You," and then you put in there a "try this." Now, on the "I always miss you," you've got, even though we try to reassure them when we leave that everything will be okay, many dogs have anxiety when they are left alone. They show distress by making a lot of noise, destroying stuff, or trying to escape. We humans are social animals just like dogs. We miss loved ones, friends, and even inanimate things and places. But can we figure out how to embrace our moments of solitude even when we feel the pain of loneliness? And first of all, I love the way you put that together, because a lot of us in the world are going through that loneliness. But
I hear that. It's, as a writer, there sometimes is a fine line for myself alone here in my creative studio sometimes when my assistants aren't around. And to understand what is the difference between solitude and loneliness. And this, I learned from dogs how to have the solitude appear more times than the loneliness. And yet sometimes I know that dogs feel lonely because they do always miss us.
And what is the try this? Now tell us like a little bit, I mean, because you have on here, the next time you feel lonely, allow yourself 5 minutes to howl.
Let's take a page out of the dog's playbook of life. Let's just say, okay, I'm lonely. I'm going to act like a dog. I am going to howl. I'm going to do it for a full-on 5 minutes. And then at the end of 5 minutes, I get to make a decision. Am I going to continue to embrace loneliness, or am I going to continue to embrace something else? Because it's ultimately a choice, whether I want my emotions to control me or whether I want to just walk with my emotions contained. So I invite you, and I invite your listeners that if they feel lonely, go ahead and howl for 5 moments, then make a choice, and part of that choice I invite is to do something nice for yourself. When we do something nice for yourself, it's about being positive. It's about rewarding. So that's the tip for I always miss you. Thanks for seeing that one, John.
Yeah, I like that one. And there's a couple other ones in here that I want to get into with you. We're going to take a little break, but when we come back, we're going to continue on talking about Life's a Bark by Larry Kay, what dogs teach us about life and love. What we're going to do is, and this is a great book. It's a great book to share with friends. It's not a huge book that you could take it with you anywhere, take it to the beach, take it, if you're going on a picnic. It's an absolute wonderful book, great photography in it, and I love the quotes about life. We all need something like this in our life, and it's a great book. Like I said, Life's a Bark by Larry Kay. Larry's going to be right back with us. We're going to take a little break and continue on, but we're going to send away a book to somebody right now. If you call, and you're the third caller, number 3, to call in to Zach, our producer, at 844. Larry, I wanted to ask you on page 16 of your book, Life's a Bark, you get into I'm beautiful and so are you. Dogs can see the supermodel in us. Can we see it in them and in ourselves? Beauty is being comfortable in our own skin, regardless of what we look like. Self-love and self-acceptance are keys to unlocking the door to true beauty. Love your writing.
Thank you. I love the photo that's on that page. It is a Chinese crested mutt, and that breed tends to be in the finals of the Ugly Dog contest every year, and people just love this particular photo. So, it's self-love is really the key to our being able to walk in the world and bringing beauty into the world. When we start with the beauty in ourselves, then we can really bring it well into the world.
Also you get into, when you say to try this, while you're in the shower, say you're beautiful as you scrub every part of yourself.
Yes. Yeah. Body shame in America is so common that it's time to really reclaim just our bodies as we are, imperfect in all of us, and to just love that. We will be more powerful, peaceful, better people, better citizens, just as dogs teach us to be with their own bodies.
How did you think about putting all this together, though? I mean, like these write-ups and then the try this. Where'd you come up with that idea?
Well, thank you. In part, it was an inspiration from the dog training book that won those awards. As I was writing that book, I really began to realize how much of this was important to my living myself, a good life. And so I thought, well, in my next life, I want to come back as my dog. and so, John, I want you to treat me like a dog. Maybe it sounds funny, but, the days when being treated like a dog was a bad thing, those days are long gone. Dogs are living the good life, and I think there's a lot that we can learn from them. wolf wisdom, it's simple. It's often stuff that we know, but that we're too busy to remember. So dogs help us to remember to live well.
On page, another one of your quotes in the pages here of your book, Life's a Bark, I respect you. Dogs naturally respect humans who take care of them. They express respect for those same things over and over and over. What is it like to respect others, and others the way dogs respect us? Can we show that respect repeatedly? Try this. Pretend you're a dog. Look at yourself in the mirror, smile like a dog, and say 3 things you respect yourself for. Say the same 3 things again until you begin to believe them.
I'm really glad you pointed to that one. It's easy for us to tell others those critical things about ourselves, or even if somebody gives us a compliment to, aw, shucks. And I want us to really claim in a healthy way that the goodness that we bring to the world. And the more that we embrace our gold, the more we'll be a force for good in the world. Dogs do that naturally. Dogs just bring it as it is. They are completely authentic. They are happy to show off. They just love being acknowledged. And when we do the same things, when we treat ourselves like dogs, we can bring our gifts to others and create better lives around us.
Page 4, you're easy to love. Do dogs really love unconditionally? While we humans sit and debate whether that's true, dogs are content to accept us as we are. Acceptance and self-assurance are the core of a dog's love. So is loyalty, sweetness, patience, protection, playfulness, respect, adoration, and don't forget, slobbery kisses. Now, your try this is kiss yourself and say, I love you, and accept you as you are. Lexi, you know that one over there, don't you?
Yeah. I like to kiss myself in the mirror.
I need to do that more often, apparently.
Yeah, dogs accept us as we are. They treat us like royalty, even when we may not deserve it. They don't judge us, they forgive us, and they show us how to love unconditionally. Now, there's some debate around whether dogs actually do love us unconditionally, but as I point out in the book, it's like, well, while we're debating whether they are really unconditional, the dogs are just doing what they're doing. They're giving us those slobbery kisses. And I just think, couldn't we all use a dose of that in our lives? Couldn't we accept others a little better? Couldn't we tell ourselves, I love you? Because self-love and acceptance, those are the keys to unlocking the door to our true beauty.
Right in the middle of the book, it's close to the middle of the book, actually, it's a big picture of 2 dogs carrying a stick, and it says, play well with others, share.
Amen. That's a
cool picture.
I'm really glad that you pointed that out. I believe in having a personal mission statement in life, and it's how we walk in the world. And playing well with others is a big part of my personal mission statement, which in full is I empower a creative world of abundant mastery by serving with ease and playing well with others.
Larry, can you stay with us a little bit longer?
I would love to, John.
Life's a Bark by Larry K. What dogs teach us about life and love. I don't know about you guys out there across America, but I'm getting a lot of messages out of this book that I need right now in my life. So I think it's a great book. I highly recommend it. You can find it in bookstores. You can find it online. Again, Life's a Bark by Larry K. But if you call...